Hello students, this is Taranim Jahan from Department of Commerce. Today we are going to solve the 8th problem from the holding companies. Here is our question, and the question says prepare a consolidated balance sheet from the following. Here is the given balance sheet for Bharat Limited and Chandra Limited. Bharat Limited here assets of Bharat Limited is given and Chandra Limited. When we comes to the asset side, we will see the investment in Chandra Limited. That means Bharat Limited has been acquired the shares in Chandra Limited. So the company which acquires the share will be called as a holding company. In this case, Bharat Limited is the holding company because Bharat Limited is acquiring shares in Chandra Limited. The shares acquired in the company, that company is called as a subsidiary company. That is, here is a Chandra Limited. Okay. Here are the liabilities given, like share capital of Bharat Limited is 5 lakh and Chandra Limited 3 lakh. Then creditors 2 lakhs and 1 lakhs. Bills payable 30,000 and 25,000. Here land and building are given for Bharat Limited 4 lakh and Chandra Limited 2 lakh. Investment in Chandra Limited 60% of share is 1 lakh 80,000. That means Bharat Limited has purchased and or acquired the 60% of the share capital or the shares from the Chandra Limited. Here is the debtors given 1 lakh for Bharat Limited and 1 lakh 50,000 for Chandra Limited. Bills receivable 40,000 60,000. Cash in hand 10,000 15,000. Here is some additional information given to us which is very important to solve a problem. You have to understand it very carefully. Amount of rupees 20,000 is included in debtors of Bharat Limited. In debtors of Bharat Limited, that means the debtors of Bharat Limited, that is 1 lakh rupees, includes this 20,000 which is due from the Chandra Limited. In this 1 lakh rupees, 20,000 rupees has to be paid by the Chandra Limited. Okay. Here then after that, when here are the debtors, that means when Bharat Limited has to receive this amount of 20,000, when comes to the creditors from this 1 lakh, that means creditors of the Chandra Limited, this 20,000 has to be deducted, and from the debtors of the Bharat Limited, this 20,000 has to be deducted. Then when comes to the second adjustment, it says out of bills processed by Chandra Limited, bills worth rupees 50,000 are bills accepted by the Bharat Limited. That means the bills drawn by the bills receivable of Chandra Limited. Out of the 60,000, this 15,000 has to be received to Chandra Limited from the Bharat Limited. So when comes to the when Chandra Limited is receiving, that means Bharat Limited is paying. Bills payable out of this 30,000, 15,000 has to be deducted by the Bharat Limited because they don't want to make a payment of this intercompany owings or intercompany debtors. Okay. Then here comes to our balance sheet. In our question, we are asked to prepare consolidated balance sheet. Here the first item appears is a share capital, shares of rupees 10 each. We will always write a share capital of a holding company, that is 5 lakh rupees. The next item which appears in our balance sheet is reserves and surplus. When it comes to our question, we are not given any reserve or surplus because we don't have any reserve and surplus given here. That's why the first working note of ours which we were doing in all the problems, like calculation of capital profit, will not be done here because we don't have any surplus or reserve. Then next, for writing this, after the reserves and surplus, we are having current liabilities. Under current liabilities, we have two items in our question, that is creditors and bills payable. Here we are writing creditors and bills payable. For this creditors and bills payable, we are having some adjustment which is given here, and in additional information we will be doing that adjustment as a working notes. Here when comes to the debtors, Bharat Limited, Chandra Limited, the debtors of Bharat Limited is 1 lakh and Chandra Limited is 1 lakh 50,000. 1 lakh 50,000. Now here it is amount of 20,000 is included in debtors of Bharat Limited. Amount included in Bharat Limited is due from Chandra Limited. Now Bharat Limited will not take any amount of debtors from the Chandra Limited. That's why they are deducting this 20,000 from the 1 lakh. So the final or net debtors of the Bharat Limited will come down to 80,000. We don't have any changes in the Chandra Limited, so they will be writing the same amount. 80 plus 150, 2,30,000 will be the amount of final debtors in the consolidated balance sheet. Then comes the creditors. The creditors amount given in the balance sheet is 2 lakh rupees for Bharat Limited and 1 lakh rupees for Chandra Limited. Here 2 lakh rupees for Bharat Limited, 1 lakh rupees for Chandra Limited. When we see here that Bharat Limited is not receiving any amount, then here Chandra Limited is not paying the amount of creditors. Bharat Limited not receiving the amount of debtors, that means Chandra Limited is not receiving the amount of creditors. Okay, then the creditors of Bharat Limited is 2 lakhs and there are no changes, so we will be writing the same amount. Then comes to the Chandra Limited, they have the creditors of 1 lakh, out of which they are not taking the amount from the they are not making payment to the amount of 20,000 to the Bharat Limited. So out of this 1 lakh, when we deduct this 20,000, we will be getting here 80,000. So 2 lakh plus 80, total creditors comes to 2 lakh 80,000. Next comes to the bills payable. Bills payable amount of Bharat Limited is 30,000 and Chandra Limited is 25,000. Here we are writing bills payable of Bharat Limited is 30,000 and Chandra Limited is 20,000. It is informed in our question that out of bills processed by the Chandra Limited, 15,000 bills are accepted by Bharat Limited. Accepted by Bharat Limited means they agreed to make a payment. So Bharat Limited has to make a payment of the bill, that means bills payable, and Chandra Limited has to receive that bill, so that is a bills receivable for them. Okay, here 30,000 bills payable for the Bharat Limited and 25,000 for Chandra Limited. Then we are deducting this 50,000 bills payable. Bills has to be paid by the Bharat Limited. Bharat Limited has to make a total payment of bills payable for 30,000. Now they are not making payment of 15,000 to the Chandra Limited. So when they are not making payment, they are deducting the amount of Chandra Limited bills payable. 30,000 minus 50,000. Now the final amount they had to make a payment is 15,000 only. There is no changes in the bills payable of the Chandra Limited. 15 plus 25, 40,000. 15 plus 25, 40,000 is a consolidated bills payable in the balance sheet. Now comes to the bill receivable. Here it is 40,000 Bharat Limited and 60,000 Chandra Limited. 40,000, 60,000. When Bharat Limited is not making payment of this 15,000, then Chandra Limited will not receive this 15,000. ओके, अगर ये लोग पैसे नहीं दे रहे तो ये लोग को पैसे रिसीव नहीं होंगे. यहाँ पे भी सेम है. अगर भरत लिमिटेड डेटार्स के पैसे नहीं रिसीव कर रहा है, इसका मतलब है कि चंद्रा लिमिटेड इसका पेमेंट नहीं कर रहा है. तो आउट ऑफ द टोटल पेमेंट्स ऑफ 1,20,000 डिडक्टेड 1 लाख रुपीज़ रिसीव होना था, माइनस करे सिर्फ 80,000 ही रिसीव होंगे. यहाँ पे बिल्स पेएबल भरत लिमिटेड को 30,000 पेमेंट करना था, लेकिन वो लोग 15,000 चंद्रा लिमिटेड का पेमेंट नहीं कर रहे, तो इनका फाइनल पेमेंट होगा 15,000. देन यहाँ पे बिल रिसीवेबल यानी कि चंद्रा लिमिटेड को 60,000 रुपीज़ रिसीव होना है बिल रिसीवेबल के, लेकिन उसमें से ये 15,000 भरत लिमिटेड पेमेंट नहीं कर रहे, वो चंद्रा लिमिटेड को रिसीव नहीं होंगे. तो टोटल 60,000 में से 15,000 जो रिसीव नहीं होंगे, व्हेन वी डिडक्ट दैट वी विल गेट 45,000 एज अमाउंट विच हैज़ टू बी रिसीव्ड on behalf of bill receivable. You don't have any adjustment for the Bharat Limited. So 40,000 plus 45,000 total comes to 85,000. So hope you people don't have any doubt in this. Then comes to our balance sheet. हमारे creditors, here is the final creditor, that is 2,80,000. When comes to the bills payable, here is a final payment of bills payable, that is 40,000. ठीक है. तो हमारे पास ऑलवेज हमारे पास तीन वर्किंग नोट्स रहते हैं, 3 वर्किंग नोट्स. फर्स्ट विल बी हियर, फर्स्ट विल बी calculation of capital profit. Okay, I will write a note here as no reserves and surplus are given in the question or any other related information is not furnished there will be no calculation of capital profit. ओके, सो हम रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस का कोई इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइडेड नहीं है, एज नोज reserve and surplus are given in the question or any other related information is not furnished, there will be no calculation of capital profit. तो क्वेश्चन में ही रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस नहीं दिया हुआ है, प्रॉफिट नहीं है, रिजर्व नहीं है, तो हम लोग भी कैलकुलेट नहीं कर सकते. देन सेकेंड आइटम जो हम कैलकुलेट करते ऑलवेज इज़ अ गुडविल और कैपिटल रिजर्व. Second will be a calculation of goodwill or capital reserve. We will calculate here. यहाँ पे होगा first amount paid to acquire the shares. कितना अमाउंट पेमेंट करे थे हम लोग शेयर्स एक्वायर करने के लिए? इट इज़ 1,80,000. 1,80,000 माइनस, यहाँ पे लिखेंगे माइनस फेस वैल्यू ऑफ एक्वायर्ड शेयर्स. हम लोग शेयर्स एक्वायर करें, उनकी फेस वैल्यू क्या है? यहाँ पे टोटल शेयर्स हैं 3 लाख रुपीज़, जिसमें से भारत लिमिटेड हैज़ एक्वायर्ड ओनली 60%, है ना. तो यहाँ पे जो 60% एक्वायर्ड शेयर हैं कितने होंगे? 3 लाख इंटू 60% is equals to 3 lakhs into 60% is 1,80,000. 1,80,000. So the actual amount is we paid is 1,80,000 and the face value of the 60% share is also 1,80,000. That means there is no capital reserve or there is no goodwill. We have purchased at cost. Okay, so this is your calculation of goodwill. Then third working note, what we calculate will always be a minority interest. When we are calculating the minority interest, when there is some share left over by the holding company, if they have acquired for 100% shares, we will not be calculating any minority interest. अगर भारत लिमिटेड या होल्डिंग कंपनी पूरे 100% शेयर्स एक्वायर कर लिए तो हमको माइनॉरिटी इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं रहती, क्योंकि पूरे शेयर्स इन्हीं के पास हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे जब ये लोग 100% नहीं लिए बल्कि सिर्फ 60% शेयर्स एक्वायर करें तो ये लोग होल्डिंग कंपनी बन गए और जो रिमेनिंग 40% शेयर्स हैं वो लोग माइनॉरिटी इंटरेस्ट हो गए हैं. तो वो लोग जो माइनॉरिटी इंटरेस्ट है उनको भी हमें कुछ पेमेंट करना है. दैट वी विल कैलकुलेट हियर. यहाँ पे हम कैलकुलेशन करेंगे शेयर कैपिटल. हमको कितना शेयर कैपिटल देना है उनमें से 3 लाख में से हम लोग 1,80,000 इनको दे दिए ऑलरेडी, है ना. तो अब इसमें से 1,80,000 माइनस करेंगे या फिर इनको 3 लाख इंटू 40% करेंगे. दोनों बोथ विल गेट द सेम अमाउंट. 3 लाख का 40% करेंगे तो विल गेट हियर 1,20,000. देन we will deduct what we will deduct here. We will deduct the capital profit and nothing is given in our question. We will deduct, हम यहाँ पे capital profit ऐड करेंगे, capital profit ऐड करेंगे, but it is not given in the question. So we will put a nil. तो यहाँ पे nil डालेंगे. So your minority interest come to the 1,20,000. तो minority interest हम लिखेंगे पहले liability side. माइनॉरिटी इंटरेस्ट। अभी जो कैलकुलेशन के बाद वैल्यू आया वो है 1,20,000 माइनॉरिटी इंटरेस्ट के लिए। विल टोटल इट अप हियर। देन कम टू द असेट साइड। एसेट साइड में हमारे पास गिवन है इन द क्वेश्चन लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग। लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग 4 lakh plus 2 lakhs, it comes to the 6 lakhs. The next item what appears here is a यहाँ पे इन्वेस्टमेंट। यहाँ पे गुडविल या कैपिटल रिजर्व नहीं आया बिकॉज यहाँ पे 1,80,000 एक्चुअल अमाउंट था शेयर्स का जो हम पे करें और फेस वैल्यू भी 1,80,000 थी, तो गुडविल भी नहीं आया और कैपिटल रिजर्व भी नहीं आया। देन वी हैव हियर डेटार्स। दीज आर द करंट एसेट्स, दीज आर द फिक्स्ड एसेट्स। ओके, करंट एसेट्स में 1 लाख प्लस 1,50,000। लेकिन यहाँ पे हम लोग कुछ डेटार्स के कैलकुलेशंस करे थे, है ना। ये कैलकुलेशंस के बाद हमारे फाइनल डेटार्स आए थे 2,30,000। दैट इज विल बी राइटिंग हियर 2,30,000। द नेक्स्ट आइटम इज बिल्स रिसीवेबल। बिल रिसीवेबल में भी हमने कुछ एडजस्टमेंट्स किए हैं यहाँ पे। दैट हमारे टोटल बिल रिसीवेबल यहाँ पे आए थे 85,000। विल बी राइटिंग दिस 85,000 ऑन द प्लेस ऑफ बिल रिसीवेबल। Then last item which appears on the asset side is cash in hand, and it is 10,000 plus 15,000. As we don't have any adjustment, we will be directly adding the amount and writing here 25,000. Now you have to total it up with your balance sheet. Here it is 5 lakh plus 2,80,000 plus 40,000 plus 1,20,000. Here is the total of your balance sheet, that is 9,40,000. 9,40,000. Now comes on the asset side. Here it is 6 lakhs plus 2,30,000 plus 85,000 plus 25,000. Here you got a 9,40,000. This shows that your balance sheet has been tallied and your problem is the solution is absolutely correct. Hope you don't have any doubt in the question. Take care of yourself. If you have any doubt, you can raise your doubts in the Google Classroom or a WhatsApp group. Thank you, girls. Take care.